What's up, everybody? Welcome to Brooklyn Tides Hot Stove, presented by Moneyline Media. Tonight, we are being joined by Fonzy. Fonzy, how you doing tonight, buddy?
What's up, guys? I'm good. I'm just hanging out right now. Home. About to eat some food after this.
Very nice, very
Awesome.
nice. We see that you're rocking the Mets gear. Let's go, Mets. LFGM.
Always, always.
So, before we get started on your career with the Tides, can we get your start in baseball? How long you've been playing? How'd you get started in baseball?
Oof. Long time ago, I was probably like 6 or 7 years old when I first ever touched the baseball, and it was really with my father. Both my parents were like involved with it, but my father was like the first one to like introduce me to it. But I really started playing like seriously probably by the age of like 11, traveling tournaments all over Florida, South Carolina, things like that. Then after that, I just went to like high school and college, and then now I'm on the Tides.
All right, very nice. When you played at Madison High School, correct?
Yeah.
When you played there, did you play pitcher as well, or you played the
Yeah,
infield side?
I was pitching and I was playing first at the time. I was also playing like a little bit of third, but yeah.
Which is your favorite to play?
Mm. On the colder days, I'd rather not pitch,
Gotcha.
but pitching is definitely probably my favorite. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, Deidre.
So you came to the Tides in the summer of 2020. So you kind of just got through your rookie season. One word to describe your seasons with the Tides, the 2 seasons that you've had with them so far.
One word could be I got a few words. We were out for revenge. We need a championship, and I feel like we deserve one. That's what I gotta say about that. And we've been playing like we should earn one. So I like it.
By the way, if you guys win this season, we are taking full credit for it.
100%. Gotta give it to you guys.
If you lose, though, I'm not taking any credit.
All right. All right. Blame Robbie.
Yeah, well, perfect. That's what everyone seems to do anyway. So.
Yeah.
So, how excited are you, Fonzy, to get started for this season?
I'm super excited, honestly, especially after last year. We were like the fall we were like really close. So from like the game one, it's gonna be a mission from that point. So I'm excited.
Awesome. You kind of have an interesting. You went through a couple of teams before you got to the Tides. You were originally going to sign with 2 different teams, and then you found your way to the Tides. Can you give us a little bit of a run through on that?
Well, at the time, I was really just looking for like a men's league to play in, and I was in contact with like the league in general. So they were kind of like trying to send me to certain teams, and then I had found out your past guest Stella actually was like my coach in college, and then
Really?
Nate was my teammate on that team. So I kind of messaged them, and they're like, "Yeah, we play for the Tides and stuff." And we like, I reached out to them, but they were like, "We could really use you." And then I started talking to Paul, and then that's how that happened.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, a couple of the guys on the team have been criticized for not staying in shape. What have you been doing to stay in shape for this upcoming season through the virus and everything with gyms being closed and whatnot?
Definitely like prime virus situation when everybody was like locked in. I definitely got a little on the heavy side, but I've been working out, staying in shape. I've been just hitting the gym and stuff, doing what I could. Yeah.
Any guys that you want to call out for not being in shape, or?
No, I think we're all good. Sometimes the size is what you need on a baseball field, so I don't want to change somebody's game.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
So, what are you most looking forward to this upcoming season?
Actually like hitting a little bit more because I wasn't hitting too well when I first came around, so I kind of didn't like earn like such a great role in that lineup. But I think I'd be a great like asset to the hitting wise, but I just got to prove it a little bit more.
Now you look very young. Are you one of the youngest on the team? I have to ask, Fonzie.
I think with the new addition like of Matt, I don't know if like he's been spoken about, but I think he's a little bit younger than me, but I might as well be.
You have like a very baby face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you also play with the Vipers in
Mhm.
another Staten Island league. Who's more fun to play with? Not to get you into too much trouble.
not to like be bashful about the other league, but the other league, the competition's not so great. So I kind of
Gotcha.
just do what I want and like have fun all the time.
Gotcha.
But the Tides is definitely where I like love to play. It's like super competitive, so it's good.
Awesome.
You mentioned wanting to work on your hitting a little bit this season. What are you most focused on in the offseason preparing for this upcoming year?
Definitely hitting. I mean, my pitching, I feel like not to like blow, but like I feel like my pitching is always there. I just got to keep it steady. But like for hitting wise, I definitely need a little extra work, I would say.
And what are you, other than hitting, working on to get that championship? Is there anything other than hitting that you're like, if I just maybe do this a little bit better, that gives us a better shot?
No, I mean just really with the team, like if everybody's there, I feel like we could take it. I really don't see any team being better than us when we all can make it to a game.
Awesome.
Very nice. So you had decent success last year. You went 2-0 in 11 innings with a 0.64 ERA.
Mhm.
What could you say attested to that this season? What was clicking for you on the mound?
Honestly, I really was getting close with our new teammate Tony, and he's really been showing me how to like use my legs a little bit more. So once I got into the rhythm of that, like I really just like fell into the groove of everything, and everything seemed like it was working all the time. So I would definitely thank him for that a little bit.
You talk about how highly competitive this league is, and that's been something that we've heard a lot during our interviews. How was it for you to kind of transition? Because I know you played with the Vipers in the other league, which isn't as competitive. What was the transition like for this league?
On the hitting aspect, I was really like in shock. I was like, whoa, all right, now I really got to like work on my craft. Pitching, it was just got me excited, and like I love when there's competition. I feel like I always got to play like at the higher level, so it kind of just pushes me to be like the best pitcher I can be at the time when I'm out there. So it's pretty good.
So, Fonzy, what would you consider to be like your go-to pitch that when you're down the count, not to give away any of your secrets of the trade, but what's the pitch that you really rely on?
Um, I throw hard. I feel like I throw really hard. So I sometimes I really try to use my fastball and sneak it by some guys. But my slider, I would say, is pretty like wipeout. So I would use that like bigger guy. I know he's already like 3 for 3 or doing well on the day. Probably try to sneak a slider by him or two.
Well, you know they do say the best pitch in baseball is a good located fastball. So.
Of course.
So obviously you're very into baseball. We can tell by your attire. When you're off the baseball field and not watching the Mets lose, I'm sorry, I'm a Yankee fan. It just came out. It just came out. Sorry.
I love them both.
I just came out. What do you do on your free time if you're not playing baseball or, watching the Mets?
I mean, besides going to the gym, I mean, just hanging out with my girlfriend, hanging out with my boys. Paul is one of my closest friends on the Tides from day one.
Love him.
So I've been hanging out with him lately. Haven't been doing much because like the COVID situation, but it's finally like getting a little bit better, so it's good.
Awesome.
So who's your favorite Met?
Right now or ever?
Let's do both, all time and right now.
Right now I got to go with DeGrom.
Okay.
Even though whatever, I have to.
Pitcher's
But,
heart.
yeah, of course. All time I got to go with Mike Piazza.
Greatest pick you could have. Love it.
100%.
If I was able to give you season tickets for the Mets, I'm not. What would you have to give up playing for the Tides? Would you do it?
How many seasons are the season tickets?
We'll do like a 5-year season tickets.
And I can't play for them for those 5 years or forever?
Those 5 years.
Maybe not you now, but maybe
in the future. Well, I was gonna say you guys got a couple old heads on the team, so I don't know how much.
Yeah, I'll stick around. I'm gonna be sticking around with them for a while. So,
all right. So you got to pick one teammate that you could strike out. Who are you facing?
Robbie.
Popular.
Robbie's a glutton, man. He is a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, Robbie. It's a risk because if he gets a nice hit, he's gonna talk about it forever.
He's gonna post it on TikTok, and you'll never get the end of it.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as he's someone who I would imagine if he hit a home run off you midway through his home run jog, he'd take off his shirt.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely against one of his teammates.
Is there a guy that you're like, oh, I'm so glad he's on my team because facing him at bat would scare me?
Definitely the older Stark, Justin.
Justin?
I actually faced him a playoff game with bases loaded in the fall, and I had him like close enough, but I couldn't finish. He ended up hitting a line drive like through the shortstop and third baseman. It was a nice hit, so he actually beat me. But I was just like, damn, I'm really pitching to this guy right now with bases loaded late in the game.
Yep.
But now he's on my. Now I'm pitching to him, so it's good.
All right, so let's reverse the situation. You're at bat. Anybody on the pitching staff that you could hit a home run off of, who would you choose?
Robbie. No,
Oh, 'cause-
other than Robbie, I would have to go with Stella.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think the Tides need to improve on in general to make that leap to being champions?
I know that it was like talk about their strikeout numbers being high. Other than that, maybe just having like a like commitment to like coming to the games. I know it's hard because like everybody's working and stuff,
Yeah,
but
it's
like
tough.
if I feel like if all our guys can be there at every game, we should have no problem ever.
So what has been your most memorable moment as a Tide thus far?
The Santo game was like really like nice. I feel like it really brought everybody together like on a level way past what we were capable of before that. I mean, it's sad that it had to be something like that.
Mhm.
But that was definitely like a nice moment, especially when Robbie hit a home run like beginning of the game. The whole like I feel like the crowd and the team were so connected.
So who is someone that like behind the scenes people might not see on the field, but they work super hard? Like someone who's like just the absolute workhorse on the team. Who would you say that is other than yourself?
I know a lot of guys are always like working out, hitting, doing things, but I gotta give it to Nate. Nate's always trying to like work on his craft, along with Stella too. They kind of work together. They're always like training, but I'd say Nate. He really every chance he gets to like work on something, he does. So
Awesome.
Do you have any pregame routines or superstitions, I might say, that you go through before every game?
Yeah, I mean, just besides like listening to music, doing my same little like warm up routine. Before every inning on the mound, I kind of make the sign of the cross with my cleat on the dirt, and that's every inning. So I guess you could say that's one of just like a real one for me.
What's your pump up song?
Ooh, phew, lately's been Pop Smoke.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Any one of his songs, but yeah, that's lately. I'd go with that.
Awesome. All right, I think it's time for the game that a lot of guys have gotten in trouble for. There's one guy who gets mentioned every time, and it's never a good thing. There's a bunch that get mentioned a lot, and there are good things. So we'll start with most likely to, Tides edition, of course, and I'll start with most likely to show up without their glove.
I don't know. I've got this before. I don't know why I've ever got this because I never show up without my glove. But I'd go with Matt.
All right, welcome to the team.
Yeah. He's cool. I got close to him already, but yeah, Matt.
Nice. Who's most likely to eat an entire bag of sunflower seeds?
Stingo has to be. He has like 3 a game almost.
Most common answer.
Who has the most groupies? Like, who's going to come and have tons of girls in the stands?
I feel like during the fall it was a little cold, so I don't know if they were coming, but I feel like Tony could outbeat Robbie.
Oh,
yeah, I got faith in my guy Tony on that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
First that we haven't gotten him, Robbie.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to home run trot and then the ball gets caught at the center field wall?
Stella. I'm gonna go with Stella.
Who is most likely, like you're in a bar fight and you got to call one guy to help you? Who is it going to be?
If they were there, I'd say like the Stark brothers because they're like big, but I'd call Paul even though he's not the biggest of guys.
Paul is probably like one of the least.
Just to get him into it.
He's one of the least intimidating guys on your
Yeah,
team.
Who's most likely to run after the ice cream truck?
yeah. I'd probably go for one if it's like a summer day game. I'd probably run first, honestly, to get a nice milkshake or something.
Honestly, I love it.
Yes. Who is most likely to compete in like a bodybuilding competition?
Ooh,
Like all tanned up, like,
yeah.
Speedo.
I don't know. I would honestly, Robbie. I feel like Robbie already does that.
Who's most likely to check their text messages on the bench?
I feel like everyone, especially the guys with like kids at home, the older guys.
Definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Who drives the front office the craziest?
Dimitri.
Yeah.
He's always asking for things. Hasn't shown it yet. I don't know.
Who's most likely to wear the wrong uniform?
Wrong uniform. Now that I might do, but I'd say along with me, probably Matt also. Definitely Matt.
Well, he's the new guy, so he could.
Yeah, he's the new guy. He don't even know what uniforms we have.
Exactly.
Who is most likely to marry a princess? Like a legitimate princess?
If I don't say myself, my girlfriend may get a little mad.
Oh,
So-
okay.
But I'd have to go with Paul. He's a nice guy at heart. He doesn't show that yet, but he's a nice guy.
No,
at
I mean,
heart.
I love Paul. I've known Paul forever, but he does not strike me as the type that would fit in well with the royal family.
Yeah, no. It'd be fun to watch though.
It would. He'd be a train wreck.
Yeah.
He'd be like the one on all the tabloids.
Who would you most likely allow to date your sister? If you don't have a sister, you're hypothetical.
I'd go with Nate. I've seen Nate in like relationship situations, and he's actually like a really nice dude, like completely.
Who's got the least likely?
I'd have to go with Paul, just because I'm close with him. I'm like too close with him.
You know
I'd be
where all
too
the
cool.
where all the bodies are buried and all that stuff.
Yeah. I know too many dark things.
Yeah. Yep. Who is most likely to get ejected from the game?
Me.
You, okay.
Yeah, me.
Who is most likely to charge the mound?
I could see our old teammate. He wasn't on the team. I think fall, but Chris Romano, definitely.
Okay.
We've definitely had his name in a couple of
Yes,
these
we have,
before.
yes.
What was I gonna say? Who is most likely to instead of sliding, barrel over the catcher?
I would love to see Justin Stark do it.
Because he's a big
It
guy.
would be more like a football hit at that point. But yeah, I'll take Justin Stark.
Awesome.
Like to see that one.
Who is most likely to have a walk-up song that nobody likes, aka who has the worst taste in music?
The worst taste in music. Dimitri.
All right. Couple shots fired at Dimitri.
Yeah.
We just got him back on the team.
He knows it.
Who has the best style?
Best style. I'd have to go with I'd say Dave. He has like that sport casual, but still like looks
he's got the best glove style too.
That too, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, who has the worst style?
Worst style. I'd have to go with Robbie.
Okay. Him and Stella are the winners of this.
Yeah, he pulled up to like one of my parties one time in the summer with some black Nikes that were just not it. We were like, wow, kid. He doesn't know about that yet. He doesn't know we roasted him about that one yet. He will now.
Now he knows.
Yeah. Who's most likely to argue with Jerry about the lineup?
Stingo. Yeah.
Do those two get into conflict? Because I could see that.
Yeah, sometimes. Rarely, but sometimes.
If you had to start, you started a team or you started working for the Mets, who's the first guy you would hire?
As a player?
No, as a coach.
Stingo.
Stingo.
Yeah.
Good choice. All right. You could choose any hitter of all time, past or present, to face. 3-2 count, World Series, Game 7, game on the line. Who you facing?
Wow. Shit. Oof. Now, would I be scared to face? Who would I want to face? There's different. I mean, I would love to face Mike Piazza.
Okay.
That would be like
That's a scary one to face in the club.
Yeah, I'd be scared. But on some like who's gonna like probably hit it 500 feet, David Ortiz. Honestly, he'd be like,
Yep.
That'd be crazy.
Absolutely.
Ooh, okay, you guys lose every game. Just say you lose every game next season, but you beat one team and you beat them terribly. What team would you want that to be?
Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, just because we owe them one. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the game that you're most looking forward to this season? Is Brothers?
Yeah, because I was supposed to pitch in the championship against them one of the games, and I didn't get to because there was a situation with COVID, so I kind of like stood out of it, and I didn't get to, so I feel like I owe the Tides and I owe them one on the negative end.
Gotcha. That could be the X factor.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, so you're a Mets fan, so you would understand what I'm saying here. Who's most likely to wear one of those big Cespedes chains with their number diamond encrusted?
I'd go with our shortstop, Louis, because he's got a lot of swag on and like off the field, so I could see him pulling up in that and wearing it on the field like his number.
All right.
Who would most likely have like their own reality show? Like who would be the next Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
The next, I'd go with Tony again because I feel like he's a travel dude, so he'd have a few entertaining shows.
Awesome.
Who's most likely to ask for a ride home?
A ride home, I'd go with Nate because he always gets a ride home from Stella. So
Okay.
yeah.
So if Stella don't show up, Nate's walking.
Yeah, Nate's gonna ask someone.
Yeah. All right, last question for you, Fonzy. What is the main goal this year, and what should we expect from the Tides?
I think the Tides are gonna go. I wouldn't say we're gonna win every game from the beginning of the season, but every playoff game and on, we're gonna win every game. I don't think we're gonna lose a game in the playoffs.
Awesome. We cannot wait to see it. Fonzy, thanks so much for coming on. Can't wait to have you back on. We'll be rooting for you here, and we wish you the best of luck, man.
Thank you so much. Take care, guys.
All right.
Take care. Stay safe. Stay
Bye-bye.
well. All right. That was Fonzy, pitcher, corner infielder. Beast on the mound. Can't wait to watch him this year. Wishing him the best this season.
Yep.
And that wraps up tonight for Brooklyn Hot Stove. We will see you guys
again
next week. Stay safe. Stay well.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. But I do not have a bottle of water. So stay hydrated.